Hey, I'm Marco Schwartz and welcome to this portfolio update for August 2019. So this is actually the first time I'm doing a video for my portfolio update, and I really hope that this will be helpful for you to really see how I manage my portfolio, how I actually do those updates, and what decisions I take based on those updates. So what we'll do is really follow the same format as I do for the articles about this update on my website. So first I will tell you an overview about what happened during the month. Then we'll go into the general numbers about my portfolio, how it's been doing, how many income it's generating every month. And then we'll be breaking down into the two main parts of my portfolio, which is crowdlending and also dividend paying stocks. And for each of those, I will tell you some highlights about which platforms or stocks have been doing great or not so great, and I will tell you what happened about those. At the end, I will also tell you what are my plans for the coming months in terms of investing. So what we'll do now is just go over to the computer so we can really go into the details of this portfolio update. Alright, so we are now on my computer and I will show you the portfolio updates process that I do every month and really to show you how my investment portfolio is working and how I actually manage it. So first, let's talk a bit about what happened during the month. So this is the overview that you are seeing here, but for now I want to show you what new platforms I actually tried out or continue to invest in during the month. So for most platforms, I actually just reinvested back my gains. However, I added some new positions to the portfolio, especially on crowdlending websites. The first one was this one, Twistal, and this is a platform that many people actually recommended to me. Many people want also to see it inside Trash Invest, which is the app I will show you in a moment. So I really wanted to try this one out. I invested a bit in this one already. Let's see if we can see that easily. Here it is. I have 3 positions with like 100 euro each. So I'm really testing out the waters on this one, and of course I will report about it and do a review if I have good results with this platform. So the other one that many of you probably already know, it's called Bulk Estate. Also, same reason, a lot of people actually recommended this platform to me. A lot of people I know are actually already using it, so I really wanted to have it as well in my portfolio. Same, I also invested 250 euros in this one, and I just trying out the waters for now, seeing how the platform is, and in the coming months, when I start to have some results for the platform, I will also publish a review. This one, BridgeStarter, this is not a new platform, so to say. However, I invested more money on it lately, because I really like the concept of having vacation rentals on a crowdlending platforms. This means high yields, this means you also don't have cash issue, right? Because people actually pay before they come to the flats. So all of that made it a real great platform. Also the owners of the platform are really great. I met with a CEO in Valencia. It's a really great guy, really a lot of thinking behind the platform. So I'm really excited about this one. It's too early yet to do a review because I don't have that many results, but also in the coming months, I will publish a review on my site. Last one I want to mention here in this like what happened section is Flender. So this is like for business loans in Ireland. So I was also quite excited about this one because it's outside of the typical like Baltic countries or UK. That's actually in Ireland, so it adds some diversification to the portfolio. So far I'm having good results, also about 11% of return using this platform, so that's quite nice. Also I invested 250 euros just to test the waters, and I will be reporting more about this platform in the future. So that's basically what happened during the month. So let's now go to the portfolio update itself. So to actually show you like the overview of my portfolio, I will be using a software that I built called Trash Invest. And if you don't know it yet, it's a software that is completely free, where you can just go over at trashinvest.io, and it allows you to track all your investments both on peer-to-peer lending and real estate crowdfunding platforms. So that's called the crowd lending part. So you can just import all the transactions and it will be tracked by the app. And also investments on the stock market. So I use it for dividend growth stocks, but you can also track if you are trading, for example. So, and at the end, it generates this nice overview of your whole portfolio. But of course, I will be using it as well to dive right into the details of my portfolio. But let's start with the overview here. So on the left, you have this graph, which is the total value of my portfolio over time. So as you can see, it's been pretty stable over the past months because I'm only reinvesting a little bit into new platforms, and I'm also taking some of the gains out for personal expenses as I'm traveling a lot. So on the right here, you can see all the accumulated income from the portfolio. So you can see it has been growing, without any flinch since the start of my investment journey, at least the one I tracked here back in 2015. So we are now at over 38,000 euros of pure passive income generated thanks to this portfolio. So it's currently yielding at this rate here. So that's the average yield between crowd lending and between my dividend growth stocks. I will show you the details in a moment. And passive income is a bit over 1,100 euros every month. So I'm really satisfied with those figures. And even if I can't really put a lot of money, fresh money inside the portfolio during the past months, I'm really happy with where it is at the moment. So let's now dive in a bit more into the positions here. So I would go on overview here. So that's an overview of just the crowd lending parts of my portfolio. So as you can see, it's yielding at nearly 9%. So also here there are, let's say, two parts. There are peer-to-peer lending platforms like Mintos, Bondora that have higher yields. And then also more property-focused platforms like Property Partner, like Housers that have lower yields. But that's the game, I know it. But I want this diversity of different platforms in my portfolio to reduce my risk. So I'm really happy with this yield at about 9%. So also the income, you can see it was pretty linear as well since the start. I am now returned over 24,000 euros using just crowd lending only. Let's now dive into the portfolio details as well. So here I have all the positions in my portfolio sorted by yield. So the highest yielding platforms at the moment is Groupier. So at nearly 13.5%. So just note here that there are some platforms that have zero yield. It doesn't mean that they don't return anything. It just for now they are not supported by the platform, Track Invest, and therefore I just put the value in there, but I cannot track the actual income. So this will definitely change in the future. Some other platforms like Estate Guru, Trade Estate, I don't have yet enough data to really calculate a good yield. So note here that all those numbers, they are not given by the platforms. It's really from the raw data that the platforms are providing. So the actual transactions on the platform and the software basically calculates the yield and the income based on that. My biggest position is still Mintos, still number one platform that I recommend because it's largest one. It's really also have a nice yield at 12%. But yeah, the four best are like Groupier, Bondora, Fast Invest, and Mintos, which is exactly what I recommend on my blog. Also because they are the highest yielding platforms on my portfolio. So of course, if I press any of those buttons here, I can actually zoom in and see how a given platform is doing. So for example, if I go there, I should see the numbers just for Groupier. So as you can see, the yield that was before, and also quite linear accumulated income from the start. That's, for example, when I added money on the platform. So really satisfied with those platforms that are like in this top 4 of the platforms in my portfolio. As I will mention inside the blog post that come with this video review. If we zoom in on Estate Guru, for example, you can see that it's been pretty flat in the returns in the past month, and some people actually asked me about the platform. So I just wanted to debunk, some issues here. I will actually log into my Estate Guru account, and you can see that there are no defaults at all. Okay, so everything's going well with the platform. This is mainly due to the fact that the platform only returns money for some projects every 6 months. So it means that it's not yet linear like other platforms, as I don't have that many investments on the platform. So that's perfectly okay. I also expect the yield to definitely grow in the future as I have more data coming from the platform. Okay, so now let's go over to the stocks part of my portfolio. So I will go here, which will show you the overview. So this is what I mentioned in my previous income reports. Of course, the value of my portfolio went down during the past months because there was a lot of troubles, let's say, on the markets. However, as you can see here, it didn't have any effect on the income coming from my portfolio. So if I was like trading stocks, I would be quite worried about this. However, here, as I only invest in dividend growth stocks, so just for the income, I don't care at all about what actually happens, some little trouble, let's say, on the value of my stock. So yes, it fell down. I have less value than before. However, the income that you can see here is just perfectly fine, and it's been growing like in a straight line since I actually started this portfolio. So let's now see some details as well. So if I go to stocks and portfolio right here, there you have all the positions that I have currently in my portfolio. So the biggest position I have right now in my portfolio is Realty Income. That's a company investing in real estate in the US. They give actually a dividend every month. They have a quite good yield, even if it's a bit lower than in the past. And they basically are my favorite position that I have in my portfolio, because it's like actually owning an apartment that pays you rent every month, but it's just a position on the stock market, which is really easy to buy and to sell, and you have absolutely nothing to manage. Then you have IBM, Cisco, Qualcomm, UTC, Xilinx, Intel. So as you can see, I like more like tech companies, as I'm a tech guy myself, but those are like still my favorite positions that I have in my portfolio at the moment. So as I mentioned in my previous income report, the market is not that great at the moment to invest in dividend growth stocks because it's still too expensive. However, I'm definitely sure in the coming months there will be more opportunities. So about what's coming next, I will definitely in the coming months invest more into the new platforms that I've been telling you about, that I just added into my portfolio. So that's basically this for Questal, Bulk Estate, Bridgestarter, and Flender as well. So I will definitely invest more on those platforms as I have good results coming from them. And of course, I will review them on my website. In terms of stocks, I'm not sure yet there will be some new good opportunities. Of course, if there are, I will also report about that inside my next report. So that's basically the end of what I wanted to show you here. Of course, make sure to read the portfolio update. So it's a much more detailed version of this video, which is on my website. So you can just see it at Portfolio Update August 2019, or just using the link below the video. You will find like all the links to the platforms, to different things I mentioned in the video, like the software as well. You will find that on my website. Alright, so this is already the end of this video about this portfolio update for August 2019. I really hope that you enjoyed it. So if this is something that you enjoy, if you think I should do more in the future, please make sure to leave a comment below. It would really help. So I hope this was useful for you to go more into details about my portfolio, about what platforms or stocks are doing well at the moment, and also just to show you behind the scenes how I should manage my portfolio. So again, thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to leave them below. I also made an article, of course, about this portfolio update. You can find it right below this video. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.